We are coming to the types of racemose inflorescence. Now we have studied 4 types of inflorescence: racemose, cymose, mixed inflorescence and a special inflorescence. So we are going to take only the racemose inflorescence. Okay, even in the previous slide we have taken the first picture and also the first column we have taken. That is called racemose inflorescence. So we are going to study the characteristic features of racemose inflorescence in detail. Now the main axis elongated. What is the main axis? Peduncle. The peduncle is elongated. Okay. Now in this, what are the types are there? Peduncle grows continuously, that is indeterminate. The second one, bears pedicellate or sessile flowers. Now we have to know what is the meaning of pedicellate. So in the inflorescence, lot of flowers will be there, bunch of flowers. Maybe 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, 30, even 100. But each flower is having one stalk. Each flower is having one stalk. Okay, that stalk is called a pedicel. The stalk of the inflorescence is called a peduncle. The stalk of each flower is called a pedicel. If the flower is having pedicel, it is called a pedicellate flower. Now sometimes the flower present in the inflorescence will not have the stalk. The flower base is directly attached with the peduncle. That type of flower we can call as sessile flower. That means the flower without pedicel. Okay, the flower without pedicel is called a sessile flower. So in the racemose inflorescence, first main point is peduncle is growing continuously. Second one, the peduncle is bearing pedicellate, that is flowers with a stalk. Sessile flowers, flowers without any stalk. 2 characters, but much more details we are going to study. Now we are going to see that first type of racemose inflorescence. In that so many types are there. What is that first type we are going to see? Simple raceme. Okay. Now the simple raceme is nothing but what we have studied for common characters of racemose. The same picture we have studied in the 2 slides before. Now the same one. So the characters are given, same thing what we have studied in the tabular column. Once again we will revise it. Peduncle is unbranched. Now see this is the peduncle, it is unbranched. Now this is the flower. This is not a branch, it is a pedicel, stalk of the flower. This is the pedicel, stalk of the flower, pedicel like that. So peduncle is unbranched. Peduncle bears pedicellate flowers. Okay, pedicel. Each flower is having stalk, pedicel. So pedicellate flowers in acropetal succession. This also we know. Old flowers are near the base, young flowers are near the tip of the peduncle. Okay, acropetal succession. That is, meaning is given. In acropetal succession, the old flowers are near the base and younger flowers are near the tip of the peduncle. Example, crotalaria. Now this is the crotalaria. Now the whole bunch. This is the main stalk which is continuously growing. But see that flowers. Now these are all the old flowers. These are all the young flowers. So old flowers are near the base, young flowers are near the tip. Example, crotalaria. The second type of racemose inflorescence is called a spike. Okay, spike. Now we'll take what are the characters of spike. Peduncle is unbranched like the previous one. Okay, the peduncle is growing continuously and it is unbranched. Peduncle bears sessile flowers. I already told you this is a flower but it is not having stalk. Okay, individual stalk will not be present. So the flower base is this is the flower base directly attached with the peduncle. In all the flowers the stalk is absent. So the flowers are called sessile flowers. So if the peduncle is unbranched and if the flowers are sessile, then the flower is the inflorescence is called a spike. Now what is the difference between the raceme, simple raceme, and this one? There the flowers are having stalk, here the flowers are not having stalk. Now peduncle bears sessile flowers. Example, Acheranthus. Now this Acheranthus is a common plant normally present at the field near the fence of the field. Okay, the outer boundaries of the field. Very short plant it is. One long stalk will be projecting out and a small structures will be there. When we are walking across, these flowers which are present here may be sticking with the skin of the cattle's skin of our body like that when we are walking there. So that is called the Acheranthus. Okay. Then the third type of racemose inflorescence is called a spikelet. Previous slide we have studied previous type spike. But here we are going to study about spikelet. What are the characters? We have to see that. Peduncle is branch. Now one character. Normally peduncle is unbranched for the first two, but here the peduncle is branch. Each branch is called a spikelet. For example, this is the main stalk, that is called a peduncle. Now the peduncle is having branches. Okay. Now this is one branch. Okay. This is another one branch. Like that, some branches are there. So they are called spikelets. Flowers are sessile. I need not tell about what is the meaning of flowers. Now the sessile flowers. The flowers are not having stalk, that is pedicel. Okay, the flowers are present here on the branches. Okay, a pair of bracts. Okay, the pair of bracts. The bracts are called glooms. Now this is the branch I told, but here you see that one long green thing, little flattened structure will be there. Like that, this side also a long branch, flattened green structure will be there. Each one is called a bract. So a pair of bracts, the bracts are also called what? Glooms. Okay, glooms are present at the base of the peduncle. Now this is the base of the peduncle, main stalk. At the base, two bracts will be present. That is a special character. Each sessile flower has bract. The bract is called a lemma. Now we will take this is that. Now this is the flower. Okay, this is the flower. Now it is not having stalk. Only this is the branch. But here you can see one small structure. Here also one green structure will be there, giving appearance like this one. So this is called the bract of the flower. So two bracts will be present, or at least one will be present, either two or one. This bract of the individual flower is called a lemma. And also bracteole. Okay, one more green flattened structure will be there, which is called a thalia. Okay, which is called a thalia. Now this is the bract, and another one small branch will be there, little shorter it will be there. If it is little shorter, it is called a thalia. If it is longer, it is called a bract. If it is a shorter, it is called a bracteole. Okay. Then tepals. Okay, what is the meaning of tepals? Now this we are going to study in the second part of the, there is a reproductive morphology, a single flower. One flower if you take, the sepals will be there, petals will be there. Okay, sepals will be green in color, petals will be of any color, not green, any other color. But in some flowers, the petals and sepals will be of same color, same size, same shape. We cannot differentiate which is sepal, which is petal. That is called a tepal. We cannot identify whether it is a sepal or petal. Normally in general flowers, sepals will be green and smaller in size. Petals will be broad, flattened and any other color. Maybe yellow or pink or red or any other color will be there. But color differentiation. But here no color differentiation. Both are looking alike. So we cannot say whether it is a sepal or petal. That is called a tepals. Tepals are reduced into scaly leaves. Now here you can see that. They are reduced into small divisions. That is called a scaly leaves. Lodicules. They are called what? Lodicules. Okay. Then each flower has a stamen. Stamen is the reproductive part, male reproductive part. Only one stamen will be there. Even the details of the stamen we are going to study in the same unit. Then pistil. Pistil is otherwise called a gynoecium, female reproductive part. So one stamen and one pistil only will be present. Example, paddy. In agricultural field, the farmers are cultivating this paddy and also wheat. Normally in the northern states and all, they are cultivating this wheat. So in paddy and wheat we can find these characters. So the paddy and wheat are coming under spikelets. Now we are coming to the fourth type of racemose inflorescence, which is called a catkin. Now in this catkin, it is also called a pendulous spike. Why we are calling it as a pendulous spike? Now generally if you take the inflorescence, racemose inflorescence, the main stalk peduncle is growing upward. The tip of the peduncle is facing upward. Okay, that is straight, what we can call. But in some cases, this is the peduncle. Okay, now this is the base. Here only base of the peduncle is there. But the peduncle is not growing straight upward. The peduncle is bending downward and growing downward. That is called a pendulous, like pendulum. Pendulum is something hanging, no? Like that. So it is also called a pendulous spike. Okay, long and drooping peduncle called ament are found in this. Now this is the long peduncle, you see that? Okay, this is the long peduncle, long. And a drooping means which is pointing downward. Okay, that is called a drooping peduncle. Long and drooping peduncle called ament. So this peduncle which is facing downward is called ament. But in the previous one and all we have studied, the peduncle is growing up. We should not call it as ament. If any peduncle is growing downwards, bending downwards, it is called ament. Bearing unisexual flowers and bisexual flowers. Unisexual flower means it can be only male reproductive part will be there or only female reproductive part will be there. But in bisexual flowers, both male and female reproductive parts will be present in the same flower. Bearing unisexual or bisexual flowers. Example, a califa. Now this is a califa. But once again, diagrammatic representation. This is the base of the peduncle attached with the branch of the stem, but the tip of the peduncle is growing downwards. Okay, it is indefinite, indeterminate, but it is a hanging down. That is called a pendulous, drooping peduncle, catkin. Now we are coming to the fifth type of racemose inflorescence, which is called a spadix. Okay, which is called a spadix. Now the peduncle is fleshy and thick. Now the peduncle, you see that this is a peduncle. Now see that peduncle which is a very thick, very fleshy. I'll give one simple example for spadix. The banana flower, it is we are calling in the that is a banana flower as a banana flower, but it is not a single flower. It is an inflorescence. Okay, the banana is not a single flower, it is an inflorescence. Bunch of flowers are there. The number of flowers, if you take 50 to 100, okay, 50 to 100, even sometimes 200 flowers will be there. But when you remove the leathery things which are present, brown leathery things are there, you are removing that. Then all the flowers and all you are removing. But at the center, a short, maybe 1 foot length, one stout stalk will be there. That is called a peduncle. The peduncle is fleshy and it is very, very thick. Now see that the peduncle is a thick and fleshy. Peduncle bears many unisexual. The flowers are unisexual flowers. Male flowers, only male reproductive part will be there. Female flowers, only female reproductive parts will be present. Unisexual and sessile flowers. What is the meaning of sessile flower? Now these are all the unisexual flowers. But each flower, if you take, this is one flower. It is not having a stalk. Pedicel is absent. So it is the sessile. Okay. Many sessile flowers will be present. Then the female flowers are near the base. If you take this, now up to the top, approximately we can take, the female flowers are present near the base. Male flowers are present near the tip. Okay, male flowers are present near the tip of the peduncle. That is a special character. Then, groups of flowers are covered by modified bracts. This only what I told in the banana inflorescence. Okay, brown leathery structure will be there. They are many in number. They are spirally arranged. Now the outermost one you are removing. Now that leathery brown color structure is called modified bract. It is commonly called a spathe. In the banana flower, when we are removing one leathery structure, brown leathery structure, it is called a spathe. But inside the spathe, a group of flowers will be present. Groups of flowers are covered by modified bract. Okay, now bract you know very well, the leaf-like structure found at the base of the flower. So that is called. So spathe. Example, colocasia. Now this is the colocasia. Actually, it is underground stem. Stem is underground, but flower will be present outside. Okay, this is called a colocasia. Now the colocasia is a vegetable. Okay, colocasia vegetable. Next, we are coming to the panicle. Okay, the next one, F is called what? Panicle, sixth one. Now, what are the characters of panicle? We have to say. Also called a compound raceme. Already we have studied the simple raceme, first one. A is a simple raceme. Now, the F is compound raceme. Why we are calling it as compound raceme? Because the peduncle is branched. The peduncle is having a number of branches. Now, the diagrammatic representation I am taking here. This is the main peduncle. Okay, it is growing continuously. It is not stopping. Indeterminate growth is there. But the main peduncle is having a number of branches. Okay, a number of branches are there. Now these are all the branches. So the peduncle is branched. Then the branches are bearing the flowers. Okay, the flowers are not found on the main peduncle. The flowers are seen on the branches. So okay, peduncle is branched. Example, Mangifera. Now what is that Mangifera? Common name is mango tree. Okay, in mango tree we can find the flowers like this. What I told is lot of branches will be present. One peduncle is bearing lot of branches. Branches are bearing very small flowers, maybe whitish or yellowish, whitish yellow. Flowers will be present, enormous in number. Sometime in the season we can find this in mango tree. That is a Mangifera. Now we are coming to types of racemose inflorescence, where the main axis is shortened. So first 6 types we have studied in the racemose, where the main axis is elongated, long. But here the main axis, that is peduncle, is short. Okay, they are not growing, they are growing, but very slow growth you can see. In that the first type is called a corymb, C-O-R-Y-M-B, corymb. Peduncle is a short, okay, bearing pedicellate flowers. Now the peduncle, short peduncle is a bearing pedicellate. Okay. Now you can see this peduncle is a short, previously peduncle is long. But both are coming under indeterminate peduncle. Okay. Then for example we can see some trees, maybe coconut tree. Now many coconut trees are growing. Okay, side by side they are growing. But all are cultivated at a time, starting from the beginning, the sapling time or germination time. Age is the same. But one tree is a growing tall, another tree is a short. It depends upon the genetical factor. Similarly, in the previous 6 racemose inflorescence, the peduncle is growing very faster, long peduncle. But in this type, what we are going to study now onwards, that is from corymb onwards, the peduncle is growing continuously, but the speed of growth is very slow. Okay, the speed is very slow. So the peduncle is a short bearing pedicellate flowers. Each flower is having one long stalk, pedicellate flower. Flowers with a short pedicel near the tip. See this picture. Now these are all the flowers. They are having short pedicel. They are present near the tip. But the flowers with a long pedicel. Now see that long pedicel, long stalk. They are present near the base of the peduncle. Okay, so the flowers with a short pedicel near the tip and flowers with a long pedicel near the base of the peduncle. That is a character of corymb. All the flowers are arranged at the same level, flat top. Now see that. Now here you can see that here 4 flowers are there, this side also 4. But because of the length variation of the pedicel, the stalk of the flower, you can see that all the flowers are arranged at the same level. The whole inflorescence is showing flattened upper top. That is called flat top. Example, Caesalpinia. Now see that spelling, C-A-E-S-A-L. But A is a silent. C-E, Caesalpinia. It is the best example. Here you can see that bunch of flowers will be there, but all the flowers will be flattened on the top. Okay. Now we are coming to the second type, compound corymb. Previously corymb, now we are going to take about compound corymb. Now the branched peduncle, now this is the diagrammatic representation. Now this is the main peduncle, but it is growing slowly, but tip is not having any flower. It is still growing, but the speed of growth is slow. But lot of branches are there. Okay, lot of branches. Sorry, branched, many branches are there. The branches are bearing the flowers. Okay, the branches are bearing the flowers. Now, if you take one branch alone, 3 flowers are there. Imagine like that. All the 3 will be at the same level. Here also 2 flowers are there at the same level. Anything. The flowers, number of flowers may be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. But they are present. For each branch, they are at the same level. But for the whole inflorescence, if you take, it is like a small arc-like umbrella shape. Okay, this will be also called branched corymb. Example, cauliflower. Now this is the cauliflower, one small portion. It is not the entire thing. Okay, one small half of that they are taking the section. Now you can see that here and all you can find that this is one branch of the peduncle, one group of flowers. another one branch, short branch. Now group of flowers. Now if you take the total one, it is giving appearance like an arc. That is called the compound corym. Example, best example is cauliflower. We are coming to the third one, umbel. The third one is umbel. The peduncle grows continuously. It is a sure. Now because it is coming under racemose, continuously, that is indeterminate. Peduncle bears pedicellate flowers. Now this is the peduncle, still it is a growing, but the flowers, all these flowers are pedicellate. Stalk will be present, individual stalk will be present, pedicellate flowers. All the flowers arise from the common point. Now all the flowers, for example in the diagram, 7 flowers are there. All the 7 flowers stalk, they are arising from the common point here. The common point is not at the tip, but it is the common point is near the tip of the pedicel. Okay, actually in this picture we cannot do, but when you are drawing we can do that. Now the peduncle is still one step little away. Now below that, maybe about a half an inch below that, one common point, all the flowers are arising from the common point. So the common point is near the tip of the pedicel. Example, centella. Okay, that is the second one is umbellatum. Umbellatum. Now this is actually the umbellatum. Okay, so that is the umbel flower, inflorescence. Now the fourth type is called the compound umbel. So in the umbel itself, compound umbel, branched peduncle. Now this is the main peduncle. Okay, the tip is present projecting out. Below the tip, one common point, a group of flowers will be there. Now this is the branch. Here also the tip of the branch will be growing continuously, but below the tip one common point, one group of flowers. Like that, many branches, each branch is having one bunch of flowers. Suppose we are taking only one branch, it is giving appearance like previous one, umbel. But many branches are there, many groups are there, so that it is called a compound umbel. Branched peduncle, flowers arranged like umbel from each branch. That's what I told. One branch if you take, it is giving appearance like umbel, but many umbel like are present together. That is called a compound. Example, coriandrum. Okay, example, coriandrum. Now this is the coriandrum flowers. Each branch, one bunch, flowers will be present.